Jobbing with Nikki. Yeah, gobbing with Nikki. Jobbing with Nikki. Yeah, we're jobbing with Nikki.
Welcome to this episode of Jobbing with Nikki, and today I am joined by the incredible Wraith of Wargrave himself, Isaac North.
How are we doing?
Good. I'm excited, nervous, and yeah.
You don't need to be nervous, you know this.
I know. So I'm going to start with an Instagram post of yours with the faces of Isaac North.
Okay, you're already jogging my memory. So,
but I want to know, is the Isaac North we see now the final evolution, or do you think you're gonna change again?
Honestly, I might never change it again, or I might be wearing something different next week. I don't really plan it too often. The last one that I did, it was at Infinite's Mersey Mania show last month. That one had a small bit of planning because it was based around Patrick Bateman. So there was a small amount of planning with that one because obviously, you know, I had to order a clear raincoat and all that kind of stuff. But no, generally speaking, with the face paint, I'm forever just turning up to a venue and going, "Yeah, I fancy something different today."
That's fair. It makes you unique, which I think is one of the reasons why so many people like Isaac North, because you are different, you are unique, you're different to what you see out there.
I've got no attention span is what I'm going with. I'm not fancying that one today. Screw it.
Why not? Is this how you always envisioned your wrestling character to be?
I mean, it depends what you mean by always, because I mean, no. If we're going back to when I was first starting watching wrestling, like around 11, 12 years old, this, while I would be proud of my character now, this probably would not have been the way that I'd have gone. Because I was a big Steve Austin mark, so I'd have probably been in black trunks and everything. You will never see me in black trunks.
Oh, damn it.
Trunks in general, so sorry about
that. No, I'm a huge fan. Absolutely love everything. Like, you've got such a presence. As soon as you step from the curtain, like, your presence is just overwhelming. I think the first time I saw you, I want to say Bolton.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was either Bolton or Rise, and it was just like, I can't even explain it. It can't even,
to be honest.
It can't really be put into words because you're so scary, but not at the same time.
I mean, like, if people are looking at me and going, "Jesus Christ, that's scary," then I'm doing my job. So.
Exactly. But it's your moves as well. Like, even just your moveset it's stuff you don't usually see.
Well, it's I mean, that's one thing that I do try to kind of do is try and do things that that you don't see that often. Just because I'm not a high flyer, you know, like, you don't see me bouncing around the ring too often. I'm not a big power guy. You know, like, I'll not be doing like military presses or, you know, like any feet of strength or anything like that. So I've kind of specifically got to have a way of standing out without, you know, like standing out the way everybody else does.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of just looked at my move sets went, right, well, if this is the character I'm playing, what looks nasty? Instead of what looks cool. I'm like, right, what looks nasty that would stand out? You know, so
Yeah.
like the stomp that I do in the corner.
I
You know,
was just about to mention that because I think that is probably one of my favorite moves that you do.
Yeah, I mean that's just a big kind of like fuck you, get out of my way kind of.
It's so simple but so powerful.
Yeah, and I mean that was an idea, an evolution of an idea, if you will. I had a fight about 2.5, 3 years ago against a Canadian dude called Green Phantom. And one of the things that he did during the match was he was just like, right, off the ropes, I'm going to give you a big boot, but instead of taking it like a big boot, I want you to grab my foot and bump it, grab
Right.
it into your chest and bump it.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anyone do that with a big boot. I was like, right, I kind of want to steal that, but I'm not just going to steal it. So yeah, like I kind of like thought, right, okay, what if I do it in the corner and kind of do it with the double stomp setup, but just do it with one foot? And yeah, it's just one of those big kind of like fuck you moments. Get out my way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
squashing flying.
I think there's a lot that you do that's just like a fuck you moment.
Well, you know, like I said, I do try to stand out, and I guess that's how I stand out.
Yeah. Does the Raw hurt your voice?
No.
No.
So I've always been a metalhead.
Right. Okay.
So,
That makes
like,
sense.
I was singing. Well, I say singing. I was screaming along to Slipknot when I was like 13, 14. So I've been doing that for probably about 24, 25 years now. So, you know, like my voice isn't used to it at this point. It never will be. So
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, sorry, getting disturbed by this one.
Oh.
Come on, fuck off. She's completely distracted me there. What were we talking about?
We're talking about your Raw.
Oh yeah. No, it doesn't hurt me at all. To be honest, it's almost just as natural as me speaking voice at this point.
Wow. Just wow. I have a sore throat for days after I've watched one of your matches.
No, I'd apologise, but that's completely your fault. So
It is. You love it. What's the weirdest thing you've ever packed in your gear bag?
Oh. I mean, there's been some weird stuff in there. I mean, like in the last year, I've had an axe, a fucking clear raincoat. I've had a priest's costume. Obviously, it's always full of face paint, fake blood, fake slime, all of that kind of stuff. Though occasionally a rogue pepperami does end up in there. You know, I don't know how it ends up in there. Like, you know, I'm definitely not just throwing a packet of pepperamis in there for a snack.
No.
But, there's always kind of something that you wouldn't normally see in a wrestler's suitcase in there. I mean, like you don't expect me to really have that much, you know, stuff like makeup remover. Obviously, you would do knowing the character, but if you saw me just walking into a venue like this, you're not going to look at him and go, "He's got makeup remover in there." You know, so yeah, it's always a little bit weird, but at the same time, my gear bag isn't the biggest gear bag in the world, so I do try and only pack what I need.
Oh, that's fair. And pepperamis. That's it now. You're going to have everyone showing up to shows with pepperami for you.
Damn right. Extra hot.
Is there any moves you've ever taken that you regret saying yes to?
There's moves that I don't like taking, and there's things where I go, that was stupid. But those moves kind of tend to be big moments. So those painful moments always get a good reaction.
Mm.
I can't stand power bombs.
Really?
Yeah, but specifically pop-up power bomb and a last ride. They suck. But they're always big moments and they always get a ooh.
Well, yeah, you're a very tall man. I suppose it's shocking when someone can get you up like that.
Yeah, but like surprisingly light for a tall man. But yeah, like I took a last ride probably 2 months ago now, and it took me like a month to feel all right. And,
Oh wow.
you know, there was nothing really wrong with it. It was just I took a last ride, so I had a bit of a stiff neck. Yeah, so, taking a backdrop out of the ring to a table on the outside was a bit mad. But again, the reaction kind of made it worth it. So I'm there in a heap on the floor, and you know, like we're getting holy shit chants, and I'm like, worth it. But I think that's in a lot of wrestlers. You know, like as much as what we do hurts, tends to be the things that hurt the most get the biggest reaction.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we do what we do.
I'm like, oh, that's nice. Rituals. Do you have any?
So I wouldn't say I have rituals. I'm a bit of a pacer backstage. So when it comes to like the kind of last half hour, 45 minutes before my match, you'll generally not see me sat down too much. I'll just be walking backwards and forwards, kind of just going over stuff in my head. I do just before I walk through the curtain, I do start grunting and shouting just to make sure I don't squeak as I go through the curtains or anything like you don't. You can't be walking out there with a cold voice.
Yeah,
You know, just gotta
awkward
make sure
voice break.
any phlegm's gone before I go out there. So I'll have a bit of a grunt and a shout as my music's playing. But other than that, really, I mean, I suppose putting my face paints on is a bit of a ritual. You know, like I've got to do that every show, putting my gear on. Yeah, I mean, like backstage, especially beforehand, I tend to be the goth in a corner. Like, as much as I love seeing everybody, I also like my own space.
Yeah.
So, like, after saying hello and having me conversations with everybody and planning my match and everything, I normally will just find a corner somewhere and just chill out there for a bit and just go over it in my head, because there's no worse than when you're going through your match in your head and then someone tries speaking to you and you're like, oh fuck, I've got to go from the start now.
How many times have I done that to you?
Oh, you'll know me afterwards, it's fine. I'll see you more.
I'm just thinking now, like, did I do that at Zero Limits?
No, that was a pretty easy match to plan, because like hardcore matches for me are a lot easier to plan. I don't know how everybody else does them, but it's kind of, you plan the start, you plan the finish, you plan the big spots. So a lot of that on Saturday was on the fly.
Wow.
It was just go out, hit each other with things, see where we are, see what we've got. If anything sucks, apologise afterwards. But yeah, it was only really the in-ring stuff that was planned.
There was a lot of outside ring stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Like, no, literally none of that was planned.
I just saw Jeeves get up and just start following you around. He was going everywhere. He got his steps in that day. Oh, that's what I was going to mention when I was on about moves and you're on about power bombs and stuff. And I said, because you're tall. One of the things that's really shocked me that I've seen is Sammy when he did the sunset flip.
Yeah.
Like, it really, I was hosting, I was just sat there and I was like gobsmacked because I don't know why. I just never assumed someone would be able to do that to you.
A lot of the time, I'm pretty easy to do moves on.
Yeah.
Because I'm tall and I don't have a gut. My center of gravity is normally quite high on people,
Yeah.
so I don't sandbag people.
Ah.
I'm very easy to throw around, surprisingly. I could do with putting an extra stone or two on, like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I can do and I can take a lot more than I probably let on. Like, I can do some high flying stuff, but there's just not too much point my character doing that.
No, it don't fit, does it really?
No, I mean, if, like, say if I was in a situation where I'm not the big man, then you might see me do something a little bit more flashy or high fly. Like, I've been known to go over the top rope every now and again. But yeah, like I said, there's not too much point me doing stuff like that. Not when the stuff that I do works and works better.
Now I'm going to go to an Instagram question, and it's from Fast Count. They want to know what your favorite Christmas song is.
My favorite Christmas song is the Christmas Truce by Sabaton.
Can't say I've heard it. Have seen Sabaton. I've seen Sabaton live, but I have not heard that.
Oh, get on it. It's obviously the Christmas Truce. It's a song about the First World War, when they stopped playing, stopped fighting on Christmas Day to play football against each other and just have a Christmas together, and then obviously got back at it the next day. But Sabaton are one of those bands that write a lot of music based lyrics based around like historical wars and things that have happened and famous people from battles. So yeah, and it's just proper Christmassy sounding metal. So you gotta love it.
And Scarlett would like to know, while we're on the topic of music, what would your girly bop theme song be?
Oh, I can't. Like, it'd be a metal version of the Golden from that K-pop thing. I can't lie. Like, I really like Jonathan Young, who's a guy on YouTube that does a lot of kind of like Disney and TV kind of metal covers. And the cover of that popped up, and I didn't even know what it was, but I was just like, "This tune's fucking banging, right?" I can't deny it. So yeah, Golden from that K-pop thing.
Have you not seen K-pop Demon Hunters? I'm disappointed.
I rock out to the song every fucking day.
It is so good. It is such a good film. I didn't think I'd like it.
Well, that might be something to do over the Christmas break.
Yes, watch K-pop Demon Hunters. A bit more serious. So when you were starting out, who would you say like helped you, inspired you, and helped you get going the most?
That's a long answer.
That's fine.
With a lot of people.
Narrow it down a little bit.
Right, okay. The people that made me hunt out a training school, the NXT UK lot.
Oh, really?
So I wasn't really aware of wrestling in the UK before that. Obviously, I'd heard little bits and bobs, but not to the kind of like extent that it actually is. So when they did NXT UK, we had people like Tyler Bay, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Sam Gradwell, the lot of them. I saw that and I was like, all right, this is the thing in the UK. At that time, I was in a band so I didn't pursue it straight away. But as soon as the band split up, it was like, right, I've got time, so let's find a school. So they're the people that made me look for a school. The people at my school, Gypsy John Kenny, Kieran McConnell, and Danny Hope, they all have helped me a lot to start off with. John Kenny with the fundamentals, Kieran with logic in wrestling, which is one thing that I don't think enough people think about, is logically, if we were in this position, what would we do?
Yeah.
Instead of just going, oh, this would be a cool thing to do. Like, okay, logically, why would you do that? Kieran made me think like that. And Danny was just a fantastic person to learn off. We came up with like a few moves, like kind of sequences. I got ideas for just little things during matches from Danny. So they're my trainers. And then since being out and starting working shows for the last 7 years, 7.5 years, a lot of people have had a big influence on my career, as well as kind of the moves that I do, how my character is, things I can do better. Just because, like, every time I go out there, you know, like if somebody has any advice to give me, I might not always go running asking for it, but I'll always listen to it. If somebody thinks so much that, right, okay, I need to tell him, then it's like, all right, well, this is important. So instead of me asking, do you have any feedback, and someone going, if somebody just comes up to me without me asking for it and goes, dude, if you did this instead of this, then I take that on board a lot more than I would do when I ask people.
Yeah, that makes
just because if I'm asking people, people are looking for something to tell me instead of the other way around where they want to tell me something.
Yeah.
So like I take that on board a lot more. But like as for people, Sonny Durson, even might not know it, but he helped me a lot in a kind of series of matches I had with him over This Is Wrestling, and we worked at TNT a couple of times as well. It was always fantastic to work with. John Kane, who's the promoter at Infinite now, I wouldn't be where I am without him. He was the first person who saw me and went, dude, come here, you're coming with me. Let's go and do the camps in the summer. Introduced me to a lot of people that way. I got jobs that way. And it was through him really that I ended up kind of meeting Dave Faulkner and meeting Jay Apter, who got me onto TNT. Then when you kind of get on TNT, well, more doors open up, more people see you. So, you know, if it wasn't for starting off on the camps with John Kane, Aaron Martin, to people who follow his wrestling, if it wasn't for him, then I don't know what direction I'd have gone in. I don't know where I would specifically be right now. I'd still be in wrestling somewhere, but you know, it was him that dragged me out and was like, right, come on, we're going doing this.
Yeah. But I noticed. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, and I'll leave that one there because I've spoke about far too many people there over. When you say inspiration, I'm like, right.
Well, I noticed obviously on Saturday, I noticed Dennis Boggs come over and ask your advice about like stuff he was doing. So, what advice would you give to, you know, younger trainees that are just starting out?
Again, going back to it, think logically. If you're 5'5", chances are that you're not going to get to play a big scary monster.
Yeah.
Don't try to. People ain't going to believe it. I'm sorry. You know, like the best hand that you can play is the hand that you dealt. Yeah. If you're trying to play a hand that you don't have, then you ain't winning anything. So think logically. Think about what you're already good at.
Yeah.
Think about what your personality is. Turn that up. Don't try to be something that you're not. and that as much as we're there to wrestle and we're there to entertain, and you'll want to know, oh, you should go to this school, you should go to that school, you should do this, you should do that. You've got to be comfortable out there, because if you're not comfortable out there, the people watching you don't believe it.
Yeah. It's a really good answer. Now, back to Instagram. Chloe wants to know what your favourite dinosaur is.
Oh, Triceratops, right? The Triceratops is my favourite, and it always it doesn't make me sad, but I was like, it was always the Blue Rangers thing, and I was like, the Blue Ranger wasn't my favourite, but it was my favourite dinosaur. I was like, why couldn't the fucking Green Ranger have the Triceratops?
Oh, so the Green Ranger's your favourite?
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Obviously. It was the one that stood out on his own, wasn't it? It was the one who had his own fucking dragon and everything. He didn't even have a dinosaur, he just had a dragon. He was like, fuck off, I'm having fun.
I am very happy that I did get to meet him at a Comic-Con years ago. I was very happy. I have a picture with him somewhere.
I did not.
I'm sorry. Right, there is a backstory to this that I am not going to go into on the podcast, but Brett Sedgwick from UKW would like to know, what's your favourite vegetable? It's a joke about me, which I'll explain to you later, but he wants to know what's your favourite.
Fuck it, long stem broccoli.
Great.
There you go. Not the stumpy stuff. I like to fry my broccoli.
Yes. I fried my broccoli earlier, but it was the short broccoli. I fried short stumpy broccoli. It wasn't the same.
No, it's not. It's not.
And Sledge Bro, who is a favourite to my channel, he's asked 2 questions. What's your favourite match you've had this year?
What's the second one? I'll come back to that.
What made you choose the Wraith of Wargrave?
The name, I suppose I chose, but I didn't come up with that. I'll give credit to him. Ben Cecil actually just said it on comms once.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm having that, because I wasn't like, the Wargrave thing is genuinely like where I grew up. There's a little I grew up in a town called Newton-le-Willows, and they, how like every town has like a smaller bit within them, and different places get called different things. So there's just like a little part of Newton-le-Willows that's called Wargrave.
Oh.
And I was like, that's a fucking sick place to be hailing from. So I was like, just say I'm from Wargrave. And then Ben Cecil called me the Wraith of Wargrave. And I was like, nah, I'm having that. Nice one,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah,
so I'll give him that. As far for right, okay. Going back to my favourite match of the year. So my favourite match of the year wasn't really a match that was anything like kind of like overly special when you watch it. But at the start of the year, one of our fans, Alex Connerty, passed away.
Yeah.
And we did a charity show for him, for his family, his charity, Walking with Giants. And on that show, most champions from the local area were all in on a 6 or 7 man match. First off, I think that was the first time, as far as I know, that every one of those promotions came together and every belt was on the same show, which was special in itself.
Mm.
But for the finish of that match, I got to bring James into the ring. Now, James was one of Alex's closest friends.
Yeah.
And my biggest fan. Sorry, Nikki, but he is. James is my biggest fan. Always comes to the shows in full face paint and everything. Obviously, he'd lost someone who was a big part of his life.
Mm.
So for the finish of the match, I got to I can't remember who I actually hit with a choke bomb, but I hit someone with a choke bomb, and I got to roll out to the ring and pick James out of the crowd and get him into the ring and get him to cover the lad for the 3 count, and him winning the match, and he got a little trophy for it. I think that was just like one of those moments where it's like, right, okay, no, this is why we fucking do this kind of shit. Just like for moments like this. And so as far as like favorite match goes, like, yeah, that's my favorite match of the year for that moment. I don't give a shit about the moves that I did, how long I worked, who I worked. It's the moments that you get coming out of it that are better.
Oh, you're a bit emotional. No, you're a big scary monster. Stop it. All right. I'm composing myself.
You're all right. You're all right.
Yeah. You got me all emotional now. Right. What little things keep you sane when you're traveling around?
Very loud music. Anybody that's been in a car with me knows that on the way to the show, we chat shit. Like we chat pure fucking shit on the way to any show. But as soon as the show's done and we're driving home, and I say we, it's always me, because only 1 in every 10 wrestlers drives for some fucking reason. So yeah, it's normally me driving back at like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like, the conversation doesn't happen on the way home. The music's going up, the heating's going on my feet, the window's going down, so I'm getting cold hair in my face, and the music's on loud. So that keeps me sane, traveling around. And I can't lie, when the day is done, a couple of bongs will fucking show me right out.
Well, there we go.
Legally and medically prescribed.
Now, are you ready for the game?
Probably not, but
it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I try and cater them to people. This is called North or South.
Okay.
Right. I feel like I've been clever with the wordplay, but it is if you would survive these horror movies, and why/why not? Because would things go south? Get it, right?
Right.
Clever, really, right? Took me ages to come up with that.
Right. Let's hope that I know every film that you talk about.
There's only 10, and you should. I've gone quite mainstream.
Fair.
So, would you survive these or not, and why? Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I would survive Friday the 13th. Because first off, I wouldn't go to Camp Crystal Lake. Fuck that.
Well, that can't be your answer to everyone. I'll survive because I just won't fucking go there.
No, I still think I'd survive Jason. I'm faster than him, and like I'm not gonna back myself into a corner. I'm not gonna get stuck anywhere. I'm gonna be like, nah, fuck this, mate. I'm off. Chucky's where I'm probably starting to get a bit fucked. Can't lie. I reckon that one will go south.
Yeah, he's a little fucker, him.
Not only that, but I'm 6'4". He's like fucking a foot tall. I'd not see him coming.
Yeah.
So
He'd
it
just
sounds
do
like
that. Do that horrible thing where he slices the back of your ankles.
Oh, don't.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
Right. Would you survive Art the Clown?
Yes.
Is it because you'd be his best friend?
Only because of that reason. No, I reckon I'd survive Art because if you know, it's like the people that like he does properly fuck over the people that are scared of him and don't like him and are nasty to him. I mean, like, granted, maybe not the kids in the third one. I don't think they did anything too bad. Maybe they were on Santa's naughty list.
Yeah.
But no, I'd be like, man, go do your shit. I'm all here for it, Hong Kong. Like, fucking damn right, man.
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers. Probably not. If I'm in the location that film was shot, probably not. That motherfucker can fly, and there's a lot of fields and long straight roads. Probably not surviving that one.
Silent Hill.
Oh, I'd last a while.
I wouldn't. I'd be dead.
would
I'd be dead straight
eventually.
fucking way.
I think I'd eventually get had off by something random as fuck. It wouldn't be something like Pyramid Head. Again, like, I'd run. Like, these people like hiding and shit. No, run. This motherfucker's carrying a big sword. He's not going to be as fast as you. But I probably would get had off. Probably just be like, I'm sneaking off for a joint here or something, like fucking. One just bang on you. I'm like, oh fuck.
Probably just fall down the fucking. You just be too high, fall down the crater where the world cuts off.
It'd be something like that. Like I said, it wouldn't be something obvious that it got me, but yeah, I'm don't think I'm surviving Silent Hill.
Scream.
Yeah, because I'd be the dude in the mask.
Yep.
Right, I'm sorry, but if there's anybody, you know, like in a group of friends, or if a group of friends start dying, like, are we going to pretend that I'm not the first person that people are going to look at? You know, like,
yeah, but then that'd make it too obvious. So it has to be the unobvious.
You do the double switch, and it's so obvious that I'd be like, mate, that's too obvious. And then it was me all along. Ah.
You've thought about this way too much.
I'm just a good example.
So, would you survive Jigsaw?
No.
No, neither would I.
No. You put me in one of them things, I was like, I'd rather die, you know. Like,
I'd rather die than like cut my own eyeball out.
The worst one for me on that, and it's like not even a big moment, but the one where the dude is all chained up and he has a chain.
Yeah, don't.
I'd be like, no, I'm dead there. I wouldn't even try with the rest of it. I just accept my fucking fate. I'm not pulling this out.
Yep, I'm the same, honestly. Oh, you flews for a minute. House of a Thousand Corpses.
Ooh, I mean, I don't think I'd be their kind of like forte of victim. But probably not.
No, there's a whole family, you know.
Well, there's a whole family, and fucking Sherry Moon would definitely have me. I like coming with that squeaky little voice.
Black Christmas.
You know, not actually seen it.
Right, well, I'll let you off. But now you've got to go.
It's Christmas. That can be my Christmas film this year.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
If I'm in a free for all against like just like fucked up hillbillies, like if I've got a weapon, there's at least a 50-50.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting distracted in House of a Thousand Corpses through Sherry Moon and titties, and yeah. Texas Chainsaw. No, that 50-50. If I've got a weapon, like I'm taking some of them with me at least.
Yeah. There we go. That was. Now go watch Black Christmas after this.
I apologise. At least it was only one. At least it was only one.
It was. I mean, I wasn't surprised it was only one, but
no, I'm gutted you didn't get the full lot. Yeah, I mean, like, granted, you didn't actually pick me two favourite horror kind of films there. I mean, you went classic horror.
Yeah.
It was like I've got like there's two kind of categories of horror that I really like. One, horror comedy is fucking amazing, right? Now, nobody's ever watched this when I mention it, but there's a movie called Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I have seen that.
That is one of my favorite fucking films.
It's amazing.
Fucking hilarious. Right? Honestly, I mean, when it's described and you got like, oh yeah, people just jumping headfirst into wood chippers, like people getting impaled by fucking rogue branches and shit, and you're like, this is funny. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Right, and horror sci-fi, Event Horizon absolutely scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. Probably the first horror movie that I watched. Like, my mum should not have let me watch it. Hands down. But I watched that and I was just like, no, this is fucking horrific. I had nightmares for a good few fucking months after that.
Oh.
I mean, I was young. Like I said, like first proper horror movie, right? Chill. No, I'm not talking like a slasher. Proper, like, kind of psychological. This is fucked up.
See, my first horror movie was Poltergeist.
Classic.
Yeah, that was my first, and then like the guy just the guy just freaked me out so much, especially in the third one. Like, I was so scared that he was just going to be on every street that I went to, like just singing at me.
We all remember our first.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Where am I up to? What's your most sung song in the shower?
It's an old classic. 16 Tons.
I don't know.
Not that many people will, but it's like kind of like an old kind of. You'd listen to it on. It'd be on Fallout radio, like know, just like a proper old classic 40s 50s song. If we're talking singing in the shower, yeah, 16 Tons. If you don't know what it is, go and listen to it and then enjoy imagining me singing that in the shower. That's all I'm saying.
Right, what moment made you say to yourself, shit, I've made it as a wrestler? Obviously.
I've not had that moment. That I'm still. Well, I know that I've done a lot more than some people get the chance to do, and I've worked for a lot of people that people would like beg to work for. Getting on the over 18s TNT show is kind of like not pressure, but you know, you're being streamed at that point, and you know, like when it's live streaming kind of stuff, it's kind of like, oh shit, people in America can watch this shit live if they want. You know, that's kind of like a big moment. ICW, when WWE were over here, ICW tends to run a show that's called After Hours. Starts at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, obviously, SmackDown was in Glasgow. I think it was like last year. And they wanted me and Rob as Temple of Malum for the After Hours show. And obviously, with it being ICW, fucking Drew McIntyre popped in. And we were literally waiting to go out for our match. We were supposed to be second on, standing backstage. And promoter just comes past. He's like, hang on, lads, it's going to be about another 10-15 minutes. Yeah, we've just got something to do before. All right, no worries, mate, no worries. I turn around and Drew McIntyre stood next to me. He fucking goes out, cuts a fucking promo, like walks backstage. And then after Drew McIntyre's music, the Temple of Malum's music was literally bang next on. So it was kind of weird hearing his music stop and our music start and him walk past us. But I wouldn't ever really consider those I've made it moments. They're kind of like, I've done some cool shit moments.
Really? I would honestly, like, following British wrestling for the length of time that I have done, I would say that you are one of the top stars.
No, thank you. I suppose, like, if I thought that though, then I probably wouldn't work as hard. You know, it's I don't know. I'm kind of always kind of oblivious to not what I'm given or what I've earned, but I don't sit there thinking about it really. Like I said, and with me thinking, oh, I've fucking managed it, or you know, like I've done it. I have not had that moment. Like I said, I've had moments where I've thought, this is fucking awesome. This is why I do this. But yeah, never a kind of like, I've done it here.
Do you still get nervous?
Nervous? I mean, it depends on the situation. If it's something that I get more nervous in kind of like a tag team situation.
Right.
And it's not nerves for me. It's I don't want to make anybody else look shit.
Right.
So the kind of like more people that are in there. So like when me and Rob lost the TNT tag titles, it was us against Act 2 against the models. Half of the models is Danny Hope, my old trainer. Obviously, other half is Joey Hayes. Like realistically, British wrestling fucking royalty at this point. I'm with Rob Drake, who's James Drake's fucking younger brother. You know, like it's not like pressure, but I do kind of like go over things a lot more in those kind of matches, and I'll ask like more questions just because I don't want to fuck anything up. If it's just me that I'm worried about, then if I fuck up, then I know what I can do to cover the fact that I've fucked up. If I miss a spot involving 3 other fucking people, like that thought stresses me out more. So I'll probably get more nervous in those kind of matches. But like nervous is in kind of like genuinely being like shaking or hyperventilating or anything like that. Like that hasn't happened for a long ass time. Probably actually never in wrestling because I've pretty much performed my entire life in a sense. So yeah, stage nerves don't really happen. It's more kind of like letting people down nerves, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes, I can't imagine you getting like nervous. That's why
it doesn't happen.
that weren't even written down. I just had to ask. And have you ever been starstruck at a show? But is that the Drew McIntyre moment, or has there been others?
Again, it kind of depends what you mean by starstruck, because I'm not that guy that will go up and ask people for photos.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of like, I'll introduce myself, shake a hand. If I'm then around when they're having a conversation, I will have a conversation. I'll be a part of a conversation. But you know, I've never gone up to someone and gone, "Oh my God, I can't believe like I'm getting a chance to meet you." Like, you know, like because I've worked like fucking Comic Cons, and you know, like one of the things we work at Comic Cons, go out and meet a few people. Like that. To be honest, I go there, I have a walk around the stall, and I do my match and go home. Wrestler wise, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been some cool moments. Trent Seven's fucking cool. Drew McIntyre, that was a cool moment. God, who else? I mean, like historically, like Kendo Nagasaki was pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Because unfortunately, like especially in a match sense, I don't get the chance to fight too many kind of like ex-WWE or big names because generally speaking, like I'm a fucking monster that wants to destroy people. And it's like, well, if you're paying that money, like you don't want to be getting destroyed by a monster. So
that's very true.
I unfortunately don't normally get put in those kind of matches with, like I said, big names. I know, like I said, the fucking Drew McIntyre, the Trent Seven thing's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starstruck, probably not, but cool moments definitely.
Right, you can't say me for this answer. Any weird fan interactions you will not forget?
Yes, and I won't talk about most of them. But no, there was a genuinely. We were doing a camp show in Rill. Which was probably only like 3-4 years ago now. It was like the year after COVID. So it was just like, right, get me reps back in, get back on the camps for a bit. And we were doing one in Rill at a fucking caravan park, full of drunk families, drunk mums, and I'd taken a move and I was selling on the outside of the ring, you know, kind of doing the old give it an eyeball, see when me just to make sure I'm not missing a spot. So I'm kind of like bent over, and then suddenly I just like, there's something on my balls. And I look down, and this woman's just got like just stroking my balls with her foot. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just crawl over here. Like that was weird.
You think?
I got slapped by a disabled guy at a signing. That was that was weird. So obviously, you know, I go out there, I do me raw. And it was like an EPW show, which is like a traveling theatre show, and you always do the signings afterwards. So you're all sat at a table and they all line up and one by one, like that. You all right? You enjoy the show? Something like that. Yeah, quick chat. And this disabled lad comes along, and he roars at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, cool, give it, lad." I roared back at him, and when I roared back, he just square fucking slapped me across the fucking chops. Like to the point where like I was taken back, I like cocked back, and I was like, "Shit, nope." Sound that happened, and then his carer came running over, like really apologizing. It was sound, but you know, just like that snap moment of like, "You mother!" Oh shit, no.
Whoa.
So yeah, they were two weird moments, I suppose. Yeah,
It's made me feel really normal.
you are.
Can't say I've ever done either of those things to anyone. So you know,
definitely not to me.
point to me. Scarlett also wanted to know your favorite horror movie / character.
Different answers, isn't it?
Yeah. You have two different answers.
Favorite horror movie? Go ahead, Event Horizon. Purely just that was the first thing. First memory of horror. Genuinely terrified me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I've not been scared of a horror film since, but like you say, that first one sticks with you.
Mm-hmm.
And horror villain.
Yeah. Obviously.
So
where I thought you were gonna go.
Yeah. I mean, fairly obvious answer, but it is what it is.
Because he's amazing. Like, he's on my. We played. So after a show, we went to the pub and we were playing "Hear Me Out," and I thought that he wouldn't be a "Hear Me Out," but it turns out he is a "Hear Me Out."
Yeah, judging by some of the fucking inboxes I get off people, apparently clowny motherfuckers. Somebody's "Hear Me Out," and
well, that's what I mean. It shouldn't be a "Hear Me Out." It's normal, surely. That's why I tell myself to make myself feel better. It's perfectly normal. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got.
You say that's all you've got, but you said, like you normally go about 45 minutes and we've done an hour, so.
All right.
I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing out that, that's all we've got. I could stop there an hour chatting with you,
Felt like days on it. God, I know. Right.
Honestly, I don't know how I'm still here.
You got your last show on Saturday, did you put? Last show of the year?
Yeah, last show of the year on Saturday.
Against Tony Wright.
Yeah, Infinite Promotions at the Bennett's Community Centre Social Club, one of those kind of things, in Netherton, just in North Liverpool. I've got Tony Wright for my last match of the year. Be the third or fourth time I've been in the ring with Tony this year. It's always a pleasure. He understands the game.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Amazing guy, amazing wrestler. I love Tony.
Yeah, genuinely, such an easy wrestler to work with. Understands the logic in wrestling, like I was saying before.
Yeah.
Great gimmick, and evidently I fucking love a gimmick. Much rather face a gimmick than black trunks, black kick pads guy any day of the fucking week.
We love a gimmick. I love a heel and a gimmick. So, you're supposed to be heel. When I'm there, you're not.
Yeah. I was going to say, you've turned me face in a couple of places. Not that I'm complaining. It's nice to feel loved. It's nice to feel loved. But you've definitely swayed a few crowds.
Definitely. Well, that last Planet show, Jeeves was sat there cheering for Scott Oberman, so I had to get louder. And then he was trying to get louder than me, and I'm like, you're not going to fucking win this, right?
To be fair, he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
Exactly.
One of the first things when I got to Planet, obviously I speak to Jake, and he was like, right, okay, what's the dynamic? Whose face? What's going on? It's like, oh, Nikki's here, Isaac. Like, your face.
And if you heard, you would have been at the end of it. So, it would have happened either way. I've got to, even on Saturday, I was trying to remain impartial.
Oh, you were laughing at things you should not have been laughing at.
Yeah, and clapping, and I'm just like, yay! Oh no, stop! I'm trying to stop myself, but I don't think before I speak or let noises out. So
you can't help it,
Exactly.
It's fine. We'll forgive you. No, to be honest, like, always just be noisy. Like, if you need to hide the fact that you're cheering for us, just get underneath the ring or just down below the apron. Get that crowd going.
gonna say they'd still hear me even if I hid. So
Exactly. And I can't lie, you make a face's job easier.
even when you're not. Yep. We've established. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this will already know who you are. But if you don't, go and check out Isaac North. Go to his Instagram. He is amazing. Go check out any show that he's on. You will not be disappointed at all. Thank you for joining me. It's been so much fun.
Oh,
And I'm not nervous anymore. It only took an hour.
Right, so we'll sort this out again next year then, and hopefully you can do it without being nervous at all.
Yes, hopefully. I've even snapped my pen. And on that note, thank you for watching. Bye.